RV living is becoming more and more dangerous every day.
And expensive. Can it get any worse?
Here are the top threats to RV life as we know it.
Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes, and long story short, we RV in pursuit of freedom, independence, and adventure.
Because life is so short, you guys. We are notorious for telling the truth, good, bad, and ugly, no matter what it does. A lot of people hate us for it, but a lot of people love us for it. And in this video, we're going to share our honest feelings, experiences, and opinions on some really tough subjects that not a lot of people in our space will even talk about. We're known for talking about things that no one else will. We'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and come along on the adventure of our lives. Come visit us at thundercanyoncampground.com. We love the RV life. We love RVing around the country for 3 years, but we see a lot of people not being able to do it or drop out of it, and it's breaking our hearts because I'll tell you what, for us, there's no better freedom, independence, and adventure than RVing full-time around the country. There's nothing that will bring your family closer and closer together than jumping on an adventure, heading out and spending some quality time together in nature.
And we're blessed to live in such a beautiful country, and there's so many bucket list destinations right here in the US. So if you're looking for a channel that'll lie to you or tell you it's all wonderful rainbows and butterflies, that's not us. Here are the 5 biggest threats to RV life as we know it. So make no mistake that this threat to RV life as we know it is only getting worse. Do not dismiss this. It's thievery, good old-fashioned criminal enterprises.
Yep.
Because guess what? When the pocketbook gets tighter, people get desperate. And I'm sorry, but if you're driving around in your flashy new shiny RV with your beautiful out-of-state plates,
you better be
announcing
ready
to the world that you are a prime target, that you are not where you belong.
And you better be ready to defend it. Number one, to protect it and defend it. Crime, violence, and violent assaults is on the rise. As a matter of fact, in some cities in the United States, it's at all-time record highs. Just turn on the nightly news and you will see things, you just don't even want to look at it. It's horrific what is happening, the moral standards that our country, some of the people in our country have gone to. It feels like society is falling apart, collapsing before our very eyes. Everything's coming apart. Is crime getting any better? No, on the contrary, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
The harder our economy gets hit,
the more desperate people are going to get.
The more desperate people become. And so you don't want to be a target, you know? And I'll tell you something else, and I'm not going to get too deep into this part of it, but everyone should be able to protect their family and their property.
When seconds matter, police are minutes away.
When seconds matter, police are minutes away, guys. So it's our responsibility today to get the proper tools needed to protect our family. With that said, it's also our responsibility to get the correct training and know how to use these tools that we use to defend our family, our neighbors, and our friends. You are more of danger to yourself and your neighbors if you have tools that you do not know how to use.
Well, and the best option is preventative, so that you never have to use the tools in the first place. And so you need to be thinking about safety and assume that every neighborhood you're in is a bad one, even if it's not. You need to know the location of things, because when you're RVing, you don't know where the local grocery store is, you don't know where the police station is, you have no idea where anything is, and it's your responsibility to get your bearings. Do you have a good exit strategy? Do you know where the nearest highways are? Do you know, like, all of
proper
these things?
Planning is paramount.
Yeah, and maps, you know. Are you familiar enough with the area to kind of have a sense of where you're going, what you're doing? This is your personal responsibility here.
It's also really important to get to know who your neighbors are. Nothing is better than having a friendly neighbor to watch your back. So what's a pro tip for this? Be alert, have a plan, know your surroundings, have your head on a swivel, and be prepared to defend yourself, your family, and possibly any friends who are with you.
A huge threat to RV life are geopolitical threats.
Now, some of you would say geopolitical threats in the RV life, and you'd say, what the heck does that have to do with anything? You remember the lockdowns?
Yes. And let me put it this way, because I want to be tactful, I want to be neutral, but if there are issues in other countries and, you know, Ukraine and all these things going on, do you really think that's going to give us more freedom within our country? No, it's not. It's going to have the opposite result. If we go to war, that's not going to give us more freedom. That's less freedom.
And in my opinion, we're closer to a nuclear war right now than we ever were with the Bay of Pigs or the Cuban Missile Crisis, you guys. Maybe some of you don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. Unfortunately, I do. Drives my wife absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I believe our financial system is collapsing, and typically when a financial system collapses throughout history, someone starts a war to reset it. And so why are we telling you this? Remember the lockdowns, guys? Remember when hundreds of thousands of RVers were RVing all over the country, and then all of a sudden one day, they couldn't move. They were locked down. They had to leave where they were, and they had trouble finding a new place to go.
Yeah, and it was so unpredictable, right? Some people could stay, some people couldn't stay. You were completely at the mercy of your given location.
Yeah, your governor, you know, with the red state or blue state. It just really depended on the political situation of the state that you live in.
And if the geopolitical threats intensify, that is only going to aggravate the situation. And we believe that we're going to have a repeat of what we had during the pandemic era for RVers,
Right.
where you are going to be stuck where you're at, depending on what you're doing. You're not going to have the flexibility and the mobility. And with gas prices the way they are, gas is going to be prioritized for military, not for RVers.
We don't say these things to scare you guys. To be quite frank, this is the main reason why we have settled down at Thunder Canyon for a little while. Pro tip, try to stay closer to home when you RV, and if you do travel on a longer trip, make sure you have a solid plan and that you're not going to visit somewhere that you're not willing to stay long term and have everything you need to stay safe for 60 to 90 days.
Yeah, just be prepared to have the rug pulled out from underneath
Ripped out from underneath you.
Something's alive.
Well, there's something alive everywhere down here.
I know, but something's like really alive, and it's close to me.
We're here at Thunder Canyon Campground. If you haven't visited, come on out and visit us, you guys. This place is, oh God, it's almost like Eden here. The community that we're building with the RV Odd
That's
Squad,
the best part.
It's the best part of it. I mean, there was 40 of us that met this morning down. We broke bread together, and we just kind of hung out for a couple of hours talking about what's going on in the world. So if you haven't visited Thunder Canyon Campground, go to thundercanyoncampground.com, join the RV Odd Squad, and come on out here and camp with us this fall. Guys, it is absolutely gorgeous here this time of year. America, happy birthday to you. Yeah!
The next threat to RV life as we know it is actually our physical health. It's our age. You see, we're kind of not taking as good a care of ourselves as we probably should. And RVing is very physically demanding. You have to be able to squat and get up on a ladder and do all of these things that you may not be able to do. And so the physicality, I don't want to say it's the age, because I've seen 80-year-olds that act like 40-year-olds, but I've also seen 40-year-olds that act like 80-year-olds, you know?
Right, yeah.
So the physicality, the physical health could be a huge threat. And I feel like people are a little bit less healthy than we used to be.
Right.
I don't have any facts to support my claim. It's my opinion. Don't come at me in the comments, please.
The bottom line is, guys, RVing is amazing.
Yes.
We absolutely love it. As we get older, things get harder. What I noticed in the past few years with the people that do RV full time, the reason they continue to go forward is they don't stop moving.
That's right.
You got to keep going.
Use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it. Well, we're all coming into that age. So let's make sure we continue to watch our surroundings. Let's continue to make sure we have a plan. Let's make sure
Eat healthy.
we continue.
No more donuts.
no more chickens.
No, well, no, chickens are healthy. Eat chickens, not donuts. But not my chickens. Eat someone else's chickens. The next threat to RV life as you know it, it's a lack of neighborliness. You know, before you used to go camping and, you know, you'd talk to your neighbor. Now you might talk to your neighbor in an off chance that you guys happen to be outside and you can't avoid talking, right?
It's like the moral fabric of our country is disintegrating.
Well, and even in neighborhoods. So how many people still do the courtesy wave when you drive by? How many people know the names of your neighbors, right? Because it starts slowly. First you forget their name, but you still wave at them, and then you just stop waving altogether, and then society is wrecked. So the lack of neighborliness is really big. So when you do go RVing, make sure you go to a place where, you know, the people are kind, where you get to meet people, where you still have a social fabric intact. That's going to be a game changer to your RVing experience.
Well, and I'd like to add there, Mercedes and I, when we traveled full time with our kids for 3 years, we never stayed at a park that didn't have a security gate. It's one of the things that we loved about our 1,000 Trails membership. Every park had a security gate to get through.
Yeah, to keep out the bad neighbors, but keep the good ones in.
I mean, it's, you know, I think that's one of the keys to staying or feeling younger too. It's the community in which you hang out with. One of the things we love most about the RV Odd Squad, the community that we built here at Thunder Canyon Campground, is that community that we have with everybody. A whole bunch of like-minded people who love God, family, and country. We have a lot in common.
No, it's true. You know, they say sitting is the new smoking, but really isolation is worse than all of that. You're more likely to live longer even if you smoke and you sit, if you have friends, if you have those personal relationships.
Father God, we're grateful for the written word that says in 2 Chronicles 7:14, that if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked way, then I will hear from heaven and I will heal their land.
The community is so vitally important, and I think that we're kind of all alone right now, you know, and that's one of the things I like here is that our stupid little breakfasts at 9 o'clock, we get to meet people, and they're not stupid, they're pivotal, they're rinky dink, but they're fun, and that's the game changer.
Yeah, here at Thunder Canyon, we've attracted with the RV Odd Squad a whole bunch of people who love God, family, and country. We have all those things in common, and together we can get through whatever's coming our way, and we can also watch each other's backs and our children's backs, and we can have a community in which we're proud to and feel comfortable raising our daughter in.
It's no secret that most RVers are in their golden years, right? They worked hard all their lives, they've saved up their money, they did everything right, and they invested it in the stock market like we're supposed to, right? Well, what's the stock market doing right now?
It's crashing. People's investments are off 20 to 30% year to date, and it doesn't seem like it's getting any better.
Exactly. So since so many RVers are retirees or borderline retirees, the stock market and other financial influences are having a huge weight on the RV industry, and they're putting a lot of pressure on people that are now looking at their account balances saying, I don't know if I can afford to RV anymore.
Yeah, there are folks out there that have been planning on retiring and RVing full-time or around the country their whole lives. And now they're watching their everything that they've worked for get smaller and smaller and smaller, and at the same time everything is getting more and more expensive.
Yeah. So the pro tip to deal with this crisis of investments, really, and we are not licensed investment people, this is not official advice.
We're not telling you guys what to do because we're crazy. We're into precious metals, cattle, chickens, and real estate.
Oh, the chickens are an investment. So next time I want to get more chickens, I'll remind him that it's an investment. It's diversifying our portfolio.
Yeah, right. And I actually truly believe that this is going to get a lot worse before it ever gets better. I believe that the wheels are coming off and that we need to do things in a certain way to protect all of our own futures and our own security. Pro tip. Get one of these cards, EFS cards from Open Roads. We just had a member named Carlos and Edie. They saved $100 with this card, their diesel, on the way here to Thunder Canyon last week. This card is fantastic. And if you're a member of the RV Odd Squad, guys, you get a top secret code that will actually give you a credit on your card. It pays for our membership by itself. Another big concern and something to watch out for is the supply chain, guys. RVs today are absolutely big and beautiful. They have all the creature comforts of home. The problem with the new RVs today is they're extremely complex, technical, and they have a lot of parts and pieces that are extremely hard to get a hold of.
Sourcing the components is the problem, you know, because RVs didn't used to have slides. Now RVs will have 6 slides, you know. RVs didn't used to have all this technology stuff. They used to be really simple. And now getting, you know, replacement parts for your AC, for all the different components, is so difficult.
It's
And
crazy. We just had an RV Odd Squad member, their toilet went down and they pulled that toilet out and there was 15 different parts within the toilet, like a macerator, that they could not get right away. 99% of everything that is built in your RV is made overseas and
It's
then
just
assembled here in
yeah.
America. So pro tip when it comes to the supply chain, guys, know your RV, know how to fix your RV, and have spare parts on hand. So if you like this video or you appreciate our honesty, subscribe to our channel, follow us on our adventure, give this video a thumbs up, and comment below. What do you guys think? Are we way off base? Are we paranoid? You know, but we'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
We'll see you in the next video.